Time up on us now.
I know it.
Okay.
Guys, it's a great night, and it's a great night because we won, but it's a great night to be able to send our seniors away with a win. Very proud of those guys. You know, when you think about C.J. Bryce, he's been with me for 5 years, and rarely in college basketball do you have a chance to get a kid to stay around you 5 years. I don't even know how he did it to be around me 5 years anyway. But I'm proud of his journey. You know, he started off at, UNCW with me, and I knew when I signed him he was a high major guy. And then obviously I had the opportunity to take this job here, and when he decided to leave, I knew that I didn't want to play against him, so we got involved with him, and I'm glad that he decided to come to NC State, and he's done a great job for us for a couple of years. And then Markel Johnson, obviously everybody knows he's had his ups and downs, but what I will say about him is he didn't take bad advice. A lot of young men, especially some of the guys that we've had here in the program in the past, have decided to jump to the NBA when they wasn't ready. Markel's a guy who took the positive feedback and the negative feedback and decided to come back to NC State, and he'll have 2 years under his belt where he's probably going to lead the league in assists. His game is matured. He's still getting better in areas, but I'm proud of him. And then those 2 fifth-year guys, and Danny and Pat, they could have went anywhere in the country, and they trusted in us as we try to continue to build this program, and that says a lot about those guys. We've had a lot of success with fifth-year guys, and I'm proud of those guys because both of those guys represent our program the right way as a culture, as basketball players, and as students. So that being said, great game. I thought we did a tremendous job tonight. One of my concerns coming into the game was keeping Wake Forest off the free throw line. They're a team that takes 25 free throws a game. And when you look at the stat sheet, we did a great job, only gave them 7 free throws. I thought our guys played well. It was really good to see the ball go in the hole for Braxton Beverly. We needed it, he needed it. I think our team understands what kind of player he can be. Markel Johnson was really good with another double-double, and I thought DJ Funderburg played great for us. So, and then Danny and those guys who came off the bench did a tremendous job for us tonight. So, questions?
Kevin, what's the update on Manny?
Yes. So Manny has a, I don't want to say wrong way, he's got a little knee bruise that I wanted him to go through warm-ups today just to kind of see how he felt. And at the end of the day, he probably could have played, but I wanted to hold him out. It was senior night. I knew I was starting Danny. I knew Danny was going to be in the rotation. And so I wanted to be cautious with him because we need him more with the tournament coming up. So he should be fine.
The good news is Manny can't hurt Manny in the warm-up.
That is a good news.
I don't think.
But he actually, Joe, it's the crazy thing is he hurt himself to get hurt. So I don't even think anybody bumped into him. So.
You've talked before about Braxton. You say to him, if you can't go today, let me know. Did you ever think in these last 2 months we should just sit him down and let him rest and try to, or is it not that type of injury?
Yeah, I can't. It's not even that type of injury, Joe. He's just beat up. Like if somebody gave me the power to tell Braxton Beverly to not play basketball for 3 weeks, I would do it. But I know Braxton Beverly. As soon as I get away from him, he's going to sneak somewhere and play basketball just because he loves the game. And, that kid is a weapon for us. He's a guy who can score. We need him to make those type of shots. And we missed some of that. But his ability to make shots makes us a better team. And hopefully he can continue that and play well. I've got to do a better job. And I've done a bad job in this area. I need to limit him. I do have control of practice. I need to make him not practice, but it's tough when you sit over there and he wants to get in every time. But I got to do a better job in that area.
Coach, looking forward towards next week in Greensboro, you've been through this a few times now as far as the ACC tournament goes. How will you approach talking to your guys when, there's still a possibility there for the NCAA tournament, but I know that you tell them one game at a time. How do you go about trying to balance that, needing a win to maybe get to the postseason, but also just focusing on the ACC tournament?
I think we can accomplish both by getting a win, obviously trying to win the ACC tournament, and as you win, I think that improves your resume. And so I think we have a chance you know, I would never only talk about the NCAA and having that chance because I think it puts too much pressure on it. Our goal is to win every game to have a chance to win the tournament. So we'll talk about winning the next game, and by doing so, it helps your resume for the NCAA tournament.
The way you guys won tonight, I mean, a lot of times during regular season, you got a lead and teams crept back up, but it never really happens today with Wade. What does that say about the maturity of your team? Is it kind of happening at the right point?
Yeah, I think a lot of that, Bridget, has to do with the fact that we got depth. You know, most of those games that you're referring to, and you're absolutely right, we were playing 7 guys. And, you know, we wore down. You know, we did what we used to do to teams. We wore them down. We used to wear teams down. And we wore down because we just didn't have much depth. And I was going with guys for a long amount of time because of the amount of guys. And even if you look at tonight, it's crazy. We still don't have everybody with Manny out. But that being said, we had enough guys to be able to play the way we wanted to finish the game. Oh, you never raised your hand. Why are you doing? I don't know why you did that today.
Because I don't want to get yelled at for not using the microphone.
Who would
I've
yell?
done that. It's happened before.
Boyer's not here anymore, you're safe.
Who was that?
Who would yell at you for that?
Joe, who was it who yelled at me? Was it Annabelle?
Boyer.
Was it?
Boyer.
Boy, okay, well. So,
You don't even need a mic.
well, I understand that. But I mean, you
I
know.
don't even know why you acting like that. Put the mic down. I don't
Now you're gonna get yelled at.
Yeah. He don't need a mic.
So, as satisfying as Danny's performance tonight, because it was senior night, how much better does it make it in the context that you really needed him to step up with Manny out?
Yeah, you know, Danny, look, he didn't accidentally get here as a fifth year. I know a lot of times people look at fifth years because they play at a lower Division I school, they can't help you. But he's played a lot of basketball. In some respects, he's a better player at our level as opposed to a low Division I because they usually have 6'6" post guys that will rip drive them. He's had some good practices the last couple of days. I texted him on my way here and his way here and told him, just be confident you're a good basketball player. And I thought he came on and played well.
Coach, you did mention your resume, like the wins and losses that you do have on your resume. So like earlier in the season, you do have a big win against Wisconsin, and you also have one against Duke. But on the other hand, you do have losses like the second time against Duke. Do you feel as if the bigger wins characterize your team more, or coming back from those bigger losses?
Yeah, I think, are you talking about for our resume for the NCAA or just in general?
Both.
Okay, for our resume for the NCAA, you know, and Joe and I talked earlier today, we've answered some of the questions or the concerns that the committee had last year. And one of the committee, and some people would argue that it was our strength of schedule non-conference. And I get it, it was bad. But right now we finished in the top 100 non-conference. I think we're right around 100. Some people would argue that we just didn't have enough quality quad 1 wins. Well, right now we're sitting at 4 quad 1 wins. I think today this was another quad 2 win. We would have 5 quad 1 wins. The Greensboro win, if they were 75 in the net, we would have another one, but they dropped to 78 because they lost the game, I think, to Chattanooga. That being said, I like where our team's at. I'm never going to be able to sit in the committee room to make those decisions. But I will say this, if you take our resume, I remember back in the day all we talked about was blind resume. And if you take the resumes and you stick them up together and you say NC State has a win against Wisconsin, who has a chance to win the regular season in the Big Ten. You say they went to Syracuse and won. You say that we have won at Virginia, who turns out to be a great win. And then we beat number 6 Duke at home. Those are pretty good wins. And I don't think all quad 1s are created equal. Nothing against any other conference, but I would love to have some quad 1 wins playing against some lesser teams than playing a Duke or Wisconsin, a Virginia, and a Syracuse. It just doesn't happen. We went on the road to a mid-major opponent and won at Greensboro, which nobody does. Arkansas, Little Rock, for you guys that don't know, they won their conference. That turned out to be a good win. So I just gave a great speech about why we should be in the tournament. But I hope I answered your question because I got on the soapbox.
Oh, you're fine.
But I don't know what the net is. I really don't. I did learn one thing. The net is only one tool that they use, and so I I hope they go back to the eye test, because if you look at us, the times that we have played, mostly on national television, we look pretty good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So with the newspaper clippings, whose idea was that to get you the players?
What's that? I don't even know what that is. What happened?
It's like there was newspaper clippings in their locker room.
Oh, that's a fan that gives them to him.
A fan gives them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're about to get somebody in trouble. We don't give them newspaper clippings. So we don't do that.
Coach, it seems like y'all capitalized a lot on the lob pass down low from a high screen. What did you see from Wake Forest scouting them that made you think you capitalize on that as well as you did tonight?
Well, they confuse you with their matchup zone. And so we wanted to get some movement into a ball screen where we could pull their post guy out of the lane. And so what we did was we tried to space them out and have two shooters opposite of the ball handler. And so when we came up and set ball screens, as long as we used it, they typically stayed home at the shooter, so our road guy was always open. Markel did a great job finding needs, and also Danny. And those guys finished.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys, enjoy your night. Hey.